At the time of Nebuchadnezzar and Ezekiel, Daniel, God was preparing for the United States of America. This is what he meant when he spoke of the image having the head of gold in Daniel chapter 2. Silver. This is the United Nations nation. The gold and silver is the riches of the earth. As the shoulders supports the head, these people was the support nation who was the silver. Britain, six other head. But the main head was that head of gold, which this thing was acted out against. All of this when the knocking down of the World Trade Center was spoken of in that. You can't get behind away from Nebuchadnezzar. In Daniel chapter 2, Daniel told them that God had placed everything in the hands of Nebuchadnezzar. You go back to Jeremiah chapter 27, God showed you he had placed you because he said, go put your neck in the yoke of Nebuchadnezzar in order to live. This false prophet came and said, well, God told me 2 years, Nebuchadnezzar going to be broke. No, he said, told Daniel that Nebuchadnezzar was going to rule the world, that he was going to give it to him because the continuation of the transgression of him in his peoples against him. They believed not on him. They tried to find out other reason to say what happened and when it was God who delivered them. So he put them in the hands of a man whose intention was from the foundation of the earth to kill, to build weapons of mass destruction, who threatened Egypt, who threatened Judea before him in the prophecy of Isaiah. During the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, when Nebuchadnezzar became sick, he had then showed all of these people, all the vessels in his kingdom. Just like Judea and the rest of these people have built embassies all in their cities that belong to Jesus Christ and our Lord and Savior. They have opened the house to the infrastructure, to the mind and the infrastructure of these people by letting them build these embassies in their earth instead of making them take their embassies out. They have no place with the covenant of God. So they have no place of putting their embassies. All the infrastructures of these people should be out. But with the price of money, they tell these people lies that we are for you, we are helping you with money, but the money have no look, have no value because they don't have a natural resource to back their money. So God told them, put your head in the yoke of wood. And when he did this, the false prophet came to him and said, take the yoke out around your neck. But when God said, since he took the yoke from around your neck, I'm going to replace it with a yoke of iron. You can understand that. Because racism was playing a part in the ways of Nebuchadnezzar because he was a product out of the sea which was caused by the fallen angels interbreeding with the daughters of men who was a people of the black race, creating a white race called the Gentiles. Many of these people took on the covenant law of their father, create them a law of democracy. And through this law of democracy, they speak lies of deception because it was not ordained by the law of truth. And that law of truth is the law that God gave to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob and the 12 tribes, all called Israelites. That's what they was called when they left out of bondage, the Israelites. All 12 tribes. Now, if you look at today's day, and you look back into time at the prophecy of Jeremiah, you can't deny this. In the first part of Jeremiah 1 and 2, he said, I'm going to call the families of the earth, of the north, and they're going to break forth upon the whole habitat of the earth. Isn't this what it was said in Job 1 and Job 2? That Satan had and went up and down, marched up and down. God was letting us know that Satan had a part in the mindset and integrity of what they do through that spirit, formula, and formation. He caused many by greed to victimize themselves. So we're talking about he caused many to victimize themselves because of their behavior. And when we victimize ourselves, we become complacent, and we fight among ourselves and don't know where the true origin of sin came from. But it came through the Gentile race. Product of Cain. Product of the fallen angel. Cain slew his brother was got that cause because of jealousy. These things is acting itself out because God said, when he spoke back to Paul, in these last prophecies of the Bible and his son, he said the man despised dominion. In these later days when God went to heaven, Jesus went to heaven, he spoke back in these later proverbs, the Bible, said the man despised dominion. So when God spoke to his children, telling them to don't listen to these people, and telling him in Jeremiah 27 to put his neck in the yoke of the Gentiles, as long as that man see a difference in the flesh, see that black man on the face of this earth, he's going to despise dominion, and he's going to go out through every sinister mean and lie and take one nation and fight against one nation, one people against a people, one family against a family, use the drug dealers in anything as his disposal to exterminate that black race. So when God told this cheering in Genesis in Jeremiah chapter 27 to put your nose in your head in the yoke of Nebuchadnezzar, he know in doing so he will stop the genocide because he's going to interbreed in there and going to create a two spirits in the same body, one of Abraham and the other of the Gentile. Two vessels, two things in the same pot. But when he see and look at that man and can't judge between flesh from flesh, he's going to be looking at the seed of Abraham, but it's going to be had a physicality in its change from a black man unto a mixed race person, and he's going to look at him as a Gentile, and he was going to allow him to live. But by this other prophet taking this here and prophesizing lies of propaganda, God had to change the formality of what he did because he had prophesied lies and got people to believe in a lie because they didn't know the status quo of God, what he was talking about. So at the end of the day, here we are. They're using weapons, a yoke of iron, which is nuclear weapon, and tanks and all these. This is the